wish Errol and his people the best. You know what I mean? So why not support, listen. Why not support your fighter? Support your fighter. You ain't got nothing wrong with that. Support your fighter. Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success.
I'd like to thank everybody coming out here and supporting. Make sure y'all order Fight on Showtime pay-per-view. I guarantee you I'm gonna put on a great show.
Errol Spence is back, and he did not pick an easy return. Instead of a tune-up fight, he walked straight into a press conference against Tim Tszyu and brought the tension with him immediately. And then came the moment that nobody expected. Terence Crawford showed up to support his longtime rival. This press conference had everything.
That fight could go if they do finally meet.
I think it's gonna be good. You know, I got a little wager bet, you know, for my boy Tszyu. You know, he got Tim, I got Errol. But I think it'd be a good fight for both of them at this stage in their career.
And why are you confident that you win that bet with Tszyu? You know, why's Errol in the fight?
Well, I'm not, 100% confident, you know. I just know, the caliber of fighter that Errol is, you know, just like I know the caliber fighter of Tim. You know, I think both of them have taken a lot of damage in their career so far. But I just think, Errol skill-wise,
Terence Crawford made a surprise appearance at the press conference not to cause chaos, but to show genuine respect for Errol Spence. Crawford went further and backed Spence publicly, saying he believes Errol still has everything it takes to beat Tszyu. But Crawford also revealed something most people did not know: he has respected Spence since their amateur and Olympic days, long before they ever became rivals professionally. The admiration was always there, even when the rivalry was at its most heated.
I'm glad to be back. It's been a long time, 3-year layoff, and I'm sure everybody has their, reserved opinions, thinking I'm a shell of myself, or, do you still have it? And, it's just because I'll be thinking the same thing seeing my last fight. But I guarantee you, come July 26th, you will see a better, more improved Errol Spence. It was some time I had 3 years off, and I feel like it helped me mentally. It helped me physically, gave me some time to recover, and just enjoy life, enjoy the spoils of my wins, and just being with family, being with friends. If you watch my Instagram, you see me traveling, enjoying my kids, having fun. And people kept asking me, "Are you coming back? When are you coming back?" And I told them, I know when it's ready. I know when I'm ready to come back. And I knew one day that I wake up and I decide to come back. And if it didn't happen, then I wouldn't come back to boxing.
Spence stepped to the microphone and made it clear the long layoff was not a problem. It was exactly what he needed. The time away brought him peace mentally and physically, allowed him to recover fully, and brought him back more focused and prepared than at any point in his career. He dismissed any talk of ring rust with complete confidence, saying it only exists in a fighter's mind. He is ready.
Errol's been out 3 years. You've been in championship bouts. You've been in wars. You've been very active. Do you think Errol made a mistake by picking you in his comeback fight?
Yeah, it's definitely not recommended, to go straight into the firing line. It would have been better to start off slowly, but, on his caliber, he feels like he doesn't need tune-ups, which is fair enough. But yeah, it's going to be fireworks from the opening.
Adding to that sense of momentum, Spence's former trainer Derek James attended the press conference. His presence said something without a single word being spoken. The bond between them remains completely intact. And having that familiar support system around him for such a high-stakes comeback fight is not a small thing.
It takes a lot of fortitude, a lot of discipline, and a lot of focus. I think that I know for sure Errol has that. Listen. Why everybody got something to say? Everybody talking. You're not a fighter. You're a fighter.
Andre Ward made the point that many were thinking, but few said clearly. Spence did not take a tune-up. He did not ease himself back in. He went straight into a dangerous fight, and Ward said that alone proves his confidence and champion mentality. Spence trusts his preparation, his experience, and his skills enough to skip the easy route entirely.
Tim's been in championship bouts and whatnot over the last 3 years. You're obviously now with Ronnie Shields. The question I'm sure people have is, 3 years with the layoff, how are you going to combat maybe the ring rust or the potential layoff as you prepare for this fight against Tim?
Ring rust is nothing but a mental thing. If you have a training camp and you look good in training camp, you look good in sparring, why can't you look good in the fight? That's a mental barrier you're talking about, and that's why people need tune-ups. Like, I feel like I don't need a tune-up because, the proof is in the pudding when you're in the gym. You know how you gonna fight once you're in the gym and when you train and when you sparring and working out and stuff. You know how you feel. So if I feel good in the training camp and I feel good in sparring, I'm gonna feel good in the fight. I'm mentally ready, physically ready. I feel like me and Ronnie Shields have a great game plan. Ronnie Shields been through this numerous of times. So, we'll be 100% ready for anything that, he could.
Tim Tszyu had a very different message. He warned Spence directly choosing him as a comeback opponent after such a long layoff was a serious mistake. Tszyu promised pressure from the opening bell and made it clear he plans to make Spence pay for every round he spent away from the ring. In Tshyu's eyes, this is not a comeback story. It is a trap.
I just have respect for Errol Spence because he's a real fighter. He's not a guy that talks a lot, but he brings a big stick to the battle. And when you deal with Errol Spence, you got to bring your lunch pail because he's going to bring it and he's nothing to play with. Obviously, being 36 years of age, being off as long as he hasn't had the tune-up fights. And by the way, I need my tune-up. Give me my tune-ups because boxing is hard. I need my tune-up because I need to sharpen my tools. I want to make another paycheck before I make the big paycheck, but that's just me. I need my tune-ups, but I respect this brother because he's not with the tune-up. And you got to know who you are. If Errol knows that I can't really get up for that guy, then I can only get up for these type of guys. You gotta know yourself. And Errol Spence knows himself. So the respect is always gonna be there for him. And we will unpack this fight as we get closer because it's not until July 25th, but I'm excited to see him back. I'm excited to see him.
And then came the moment that turned a press conference into a storyline. When the face-off arrived, Spence refused to shake Tshyu's hand. The room shifted immediately. Tszyu called it disrespectful. Spence moved on without a word. Whatever the intention, that single moment added a layer of genuine hostility to this fight that no amount of pre-fight speeches could have created.
It's okay.
That's because me and my facts, and I'm gonna keep it 100.
I'm a Spence fan.
I'm right.
Like people always thought they thought I didn't like him and all that. I'm a Spence fan.
No,
like when we the build up, I'm like, man, hey, let me get your autograph. You know what I mean? Because I watched you come up. I'm older than you, but I watched you, rooted for you when you was in the amateurs, when you was in the Olympics, all that, bruh. You know what I mean? Like you came when I fought in Dallas and Arlington. You was there watching me fight. You know what I mean? It's okay to say you a fan. Right. You know what I mean? Oh, it's okay. Like I was a fan of Spence. Like I'm still a fan. I hope he do well and things like that. But like once.
A long-awaited comeback, a dangerous opponent, Crawford showing up unexpectedly, and a handshake refusal that is still being debated. This fight just became unmissable. Who wins? Does Spence prove the doubters wrong, or does Tszyu make good on his warning? Drop your prediction in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.